everybody, as you guys know, I am filming season 5 of my baby, Star Foodies, and this season is on a Greek island. It's called Aegina, where I have just met a gentleman named Manolis. Welcome, Manolis.
So?
Now, you're going to see this full interview in Greek on Star Foodies, only on Omni One Television. Please check your local listings. But for now, we're going to do a little behind the scenes en anglais because Manolis has this awesome retreat here in this area called...
Dikides.
Okay, tell everybody what Dikides means.
This is an assumption because nobody knows the exact definitions or etymology of the names of these places.
Okay.
But because we have too many cicadas up here called Didika, Dikides is probably comes from that because they are deafening. You probably hear it now in your sound.
Yeah, so that's the noise behind it.
And it's a mountain that is way up from the town of Aegina.
Okay.
Thank God, and we are completely alone up here.
You're secluded here.
It's just ourselves, the dogs, and foxes, and yeah.
So what made you come up here? Like lifestyle change?
Well, we found this house accidentally, and we decided to buy it with a friend.
Yeah.
And we're living here because we want to be away from the hustle and bustle down there.
You just want like island life?
Well, you know, after 37 years abroad, living in a metropolis, it's the perfect place.
And tell everyone where you were.
Well, I lived in London mainly for 37 years. Yeah, it was enough.
It was enough.
Especially after Brexit, it was enough. I had to actually make an exit and create something new.
So an exit after the Brexit brought you back to the Mediterranean?
Not only me, I think thousands of people.
A lot of
thousands of people.
So back to the beautiful Mediterranean, where the climate is so beautiful and so bright and light here. So tell us about the retreat and what you plan on doing here.
The retreat, it's in September. It's called the Odyssey of Intent. It's just a small part of the overall vision. I'll try to be very synoptical about it. I don't want to bore anybody. For many years, my friend Aaron, who is not with us at the moment, he's traveling, and myself, we talked again and again and again and again about finding a place and creating a center that can accept people, where they can completely let go and consciously work on themselves. And of course, with some beautiful itinerary on top of that. Like everything else, he's an Aquarian, I'm a Gemini, so we live in the world of ideas. So we talked and talked and talked, but we never really did anything. However, 2.5 years ago, just before COVID started, he came to Greece in this island and he thought there's something here. I never liked it to start off with, because I was coming here as a child and never really did anything to me.
Okay.
But he saw it from a different angle, and he convinced me to drop everything I was doing. He dropped everything he was doing. He was in the Far East, Thailand.
Okay.
I was in London, and we dropped everything and we came here, bought this house. But suddenly COVID came, and we realized that we're not ready to start. We had so much work to do on ourselves.
Yeah.
And these last 2 years have been both very difficult in terms of emotional upheaval, and also very helpful because we now start feeling that we are ready, not to teach, because we're not teachers, but to provide an environment, a facility that is different to any other retreat centers anywhere in the world. Not better, just different. So we want to invite small groups of people who are interested in working with themselves to come and participate. Okay. So our first retreat is just that, we're very proud of it. We are very nervous because we have not done this before. I'm pretty certain that it will be amazing at the end, but it's also promising to be quite hard to actually go deep inside yourself and bring everything out. This particular retreat is about intent, because to start looking at what we call, what is a good life? What makes a good life? You need to start from, do I want to? Why do I want to? So intent is very important. And this is what we'll be looking at this retreat. It's 7 days, 7 nights, all of us living together in a beautiful villa further down here.
Oh, everybody lives together?
We have to, day and night.
Okay, that's really interesting.
And just to make it a bit of fun, we are going to introduce an exercise that I have borrowed by one of my favorite humans called Mr. Kurjev. He's not alive anymore. This exercise is called stop. And all the participants and all the members of the team will have one stop option per day. And what you do is this. As you are eating, talking, walking, doing a particular activity, then one of the group decides that I'm going to use my one allowance of stop and shouts, stop. So whatever it is you do, in whatever position, you just stop for 20 seconds. These 20 seconds, you have to be present. You have to be present on how my body feels. Am I uncomfortable? What are the thoughts? What am I thinking? What do I smell? What do I taste? All of this. And then you continue. But these 20 seconds, when you repeat that regularly, brings you into the now, anchors you into the now.
That's so interesting. So like whatever you're doing, you have to stop.
Exactly as you are.
20 seconds later,
Then you continue.
And then what does that do to the brain or to the body? It just makes you more conscious of what you're doing?
The first thing, okay, so scientifically speaking, the moment you stop and you are in mid-flow of doing something, this exercise and the stopping of activity and the fact that your mind is anchored in the now balances the two hemispheres, right and left. So the more you do that, the more you're able to, your thoughts are more balanced. There's another exercise that where you touch the lobes of your ears, but you cross your arms, you're standing, and then you do squats. You do 20 squats, inhalation, exhalation, does the same thing, in balancing the hemispheres.
Even doing this?
And you press the lobes.
Even doing this, I feel something. This is so...
It's very strange. I know it's simple, really simple, but it works.
It works. Is there any more room for me for September?
I'm afraid not. Oh. But if I have to, I can make you a seventh space.
Squeeze me in. I'll be in Canada filming the kitchen portion of Star Foodies. But how often are you going to do the retreats?
Well, we have planned, obviously, the September retreat, and then we are planning to do a mobile retreat in March, April, with 2 4x4s. We'll have three guests in each, a driver, one of us, and an assistant. Tents, sleeping bags, all the gear on top of the 4x4. And the only thing we have is a map and a dice. So we will make always 6 options and we'll throw the dice. Now this sounds fun, and it will be, but there will also be a lot of friction because, 10 people being together, not knowing what's happening. There will be adventure, there will be friction, and you know what? Without friction in life, nothing happens.
And no cameras. This is like a private retreat.
I will be documenting.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, I will be documenting. I as a photographer, because this is my latest thing. I'll be documenting with little gorilla-style videos and from stills.
The best. Okay, so the retreat you told me earlier is not a vacation. It's fixed 7 days, but you do take everybody around the island.
During the retreat, there will be time to visit certain parts of the island that people would not visit as tourists. So we'll have a couple of 4x4s to drive people around. Plus, at least one day, we'll go out on a boat to visit all the interesting remote little bays and so on for swimming, off the grid. Cook on a beach, that kind of thing. So the itinerary is designed really to bring always the conversation back to where we are, not to the space of holiday. So it is work. It is not a holiday as such, but there will be times for relaxing, and the last day will be much more relaxed.
And then for details, they can head to your website, I'm assuming?
All the details. Well, for the September retreat, it's pointless because it's booked. But there is some details about the mobile retreat in March. And then we plan one more in the summer, like June. There will be another sailing retreat. It's called Discover Your Ithaca, which is a metaphor that has been used by Homer and so on. I mean, the whole Odyssey is a metaphor. So we'll be leaving Aegina on a catamaran. 10 people, including the team. And we will go to the island of Ithaca via various adventures, which I don't want to reveal now.
Okay.
Trying to retrace the steps of Odysseus coming back from Troy, and all the adventures that he did. Because I said it's a metaphor. The difficulties of finding your Ithaca is fundamentally finding you. That's it. And we will try to do this on a boat. Obviously, we'll be stopping, we'll be swimming, we'll be visiting places. I'm not going to reveal what it is.
Okay, so come June, it's a boat adventure.
It's a boat adventure.
Okay.
And we will not reveal even then what we'll be doing. People will know that we live in Aegina and we'll end up in Ithaca, which is a beautiful island.
Right.
But the in-between itinerary will remain secret.
And so when are you going to give everyone like a chance to sign up for that, though? Just stay in touch with your website?
Well, when it's ready, when the retreats are ready, say 2 or 3 months beforehand, we will be publishing it on the website. The website will only be marketed, I don't like this word, we do have an extensive friendship network around the world.
Okay.
I'm not the kind of person, neither is my partner, that will professionally market anything.
Okay.
And I think we don't need to, because word of mouth is enough.
And it's really interesting because when you're not looking for like worldwide exposure, you're going to get a different caliber of people that is
But it's important because it is not for everybody.
That's the thing.
And I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for people who can engage with this new way of doing inner work.
Right, because it is an interview. You said both ways. You said earlier for the first retreat anyways, right? Are you a good fit?
Interview, yeah, you can call it that. But for instance, to say an example, mention an example, there was somebody who, before we even started having the website, before we exposed to the world the first retreat, that person was very interested. She's a friend of a friend of a friend. She wanted to book. We didn't have anything to book. And then we are ready. We offer the retreat to her. She changed her mind. 2 weeks later, she wanted to book again. Then we had a face-to-face, and it was obvious that this human needed something different. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, and it is not therapy we're offering here. So there's got to be a certain amount of balance in a human and life experience to be able to deal with their own little demons without feeling that the people in the retreat are going to do it for them. So that person clearly did not belong in this retreat.
Okay.
And you have to find the right words and the right way to say, find something else. This is not for you, in my opinion, but not using this word because it sounds cruel.
Well, it's not for everybody, but Aegina is definitely a gorgeous place. That
if you can see it, you know, and it takes a little bit of guidance, somebody who knows the island to take you away from the standard touristy spots.
Yeah,
you know?
so if you want to come see Aegina, but don't see it like a tourist, plus you get a retreat, check out this website here. We have the lower third. And check out the rest of Star Foodies. We're premiering on Omni One. You're going to see more of Mano there, our interview in Greek. Plus, he gave me a recipe to make for that episode as well. Lots of love from Aegina. Thank you.
You're welcome.